What up, everybody? I'm back, and it looks like the GOAT has dropped another turd.
Ha
Honestly, I didn't want to drop another Drake video so close to the last one that I just dropped, and I kind of wanted to be nice about this one, but you know what? Fuck it, I won't. I didn't like this shit when it dropped on his live stream, and I still don't like this shit now. If you don't know, he just dropped the song Doghouse with Yeat and Julia Wolf. The whole thing is just bad. It's just not a good song. I'm not a big Yeat fan. I never really have. I admire what he does. I mean, some of the stuff sounds cool, whatever. I don't like that he's in his lane. He does his own thing. No judgment. Julia Wolf, don't even know who that is. Drake, I care about him. He's one of my favorite rappers, and he is doing a dog shit job of letting people know that he's an actual rapper after getting mollywopped by Kendrick Lamar. This just needs to be said. Like, I'm just like, it's getting to the point where I can't deal with it anymore. And, you know, he's one of these people that he likes to like rage bait people, but it's also one of those things where I feel like his rage baiting is also him just actually being fearful of doing certain shit. Like I saw DJ Academics talking about how Drake loves to rage bait, and that's why he's doing the whole Bobby Altoff podcast and everything, because he hates, all these media outlets, specifically a lot of like old head black media outlets and everything. So he's just trying to get them pissed off and trying to say a bunch of pissy shit to get everybody angry and blah, 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 right? Cool, whatever. Some of that is true. A lot of this shit is not true. Or it's like true, but it's not, he's not really speaking on all of it. Because the truth of the matter is, man, is that yes, he doesn't like a lot of these black media outlets, a lot of these big names, the Joe Buddens and stuff of the world, the Elliott Wilsons of the world and the like, right? But at the same time, I also think he's just fearful of going on one of those shows and really being given like an interview about why he feels certain ways about certain things. You know, when it comes to stars and people being quote unquote larger than life, a lot of that vibe that they give off is mystique. You can't know everything about these people because once you know everything about them, they just become regular people and they lose a little bit of their power, their energy. People stop caring about them in the same way that they did, right? Which is why so many celebrities have really taken a hit in the last like 10 to 15 years because of the rise of social media. You know, everybody can kind of be a little famous. So now no one is really all that famous. And I feel like this is a huge thing for Drake. I mean, he's someone who definitely has been in the face of social media for a long time, and he tweets a lot. He puts stuff out on Instagram all the time. His Instagram stories, people are trying to decipher. I'm on the Reddits, I see it. But he does run the risk of oversaturating himself. And I feel like he does that sometimes, which is what caused a lot of the backlash with Kendrick Lamar and all that stuff during the beef. It's not just that people like Kendrick Lamar more than they like Drake. I think that is true sometimes, whatever. I think they're more yin and yang and they kind of complement each other. And I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. But Drake puts his face out there so often that people get tired of seeing his face everywhere. And the more they see him, they see weird antics he does, weird little idiosyncrasies. And they're like, why is that guy famous? I should be famous. Not to mention the fact that people can now monetize their point of view a lot easier than they used to be able to. Hello, YouTube. So this stuff can bring a lot of animosity and contempt out of people. And I feel like Drake doesn't really want to engage with that. But what he doesn't understand is that, yeah, you don't want to let some random guy like me on YouTube interview you. I think I would be a fantastic interview for Drake. But you know what I'm talking about. Some random guy who just wants some clicks, whatever. But when it comes to these elder statesmen of hip hop media, bro, even if they like you, they don't like you, you owe it to yourself to kind of put yourself out there and really dictate how you want to be seen in the correct way. You know, dealing with the streamers and all that stuff is great. That's fantastic. That's awesome. But it's not going to get you stamped as like a real hip hop guy. And as we've seen from the beef, numbers are not the only thing that make you a real hip hop guy. In fact, that's on the bottom of the list. Number one is the authenticity, and you need to deal with that. I mean, bro, he didn't have to go on Joe Budden, but at least go on like Math Hoffa or DJ Academics, at least. Maul, do it inside active studio with Maul. Am I asking for too much? Either that or you need to start rapping and really do some shit. Because this whole weird live stream cryptic shit, along with putting out some ass fucking booty cheeks singles, is not doing it, bro. And I'm telling you, it is destroying this nigga, man. Drake is larger than just himself now. He has a name, so he's always going to sell on a certain level, no matter what. But people's thoughts of him as a real musician is lowering by the day. The more that he decides to go on some stream with Aiden Ross or do some weird gambling promotion or hang out with Bobby Althoff, the more people start thinking like, yo, maybe Kendrick was right. And I get that he understands that he's so big that no matter what, people are gonna watch his stuff and listen to his stuff. But there is a big difference between spite watching something and someone watching something with actual admiration for the person who made it. I know they say all press is good press, but because of social media, I actually doubt that is true anymore. Average, everyday humans who have no expert knowledge on anything are now incentivized to film things and put their opinions and craft narratives in order to make money. That now has created a complete lack of journalism and objectivity at all. And that is very, very bad news for someone who is in the hot seat. Drake needs to work on his media perception. And that's one of my biggest problems with Drake, is that he'll do shit without his fans in mind. He'll do some shit that makes him look goofy or weird or like he doesn't care about hip hop at all. And now all these people who do care about his music and care about hip hop now have to sit around and look like frauds and be in the hot seat themselves for being fans of his. While somebody who barely knows about hip hop but only listens to Kendrick Lamar because they think that's all that hip hop is, thinks that they're now better than you and now their opinion matters more. I can't be the only one feeling this. Because as a Drake fan, we have been in the trenches for over a year now and I'm tired of it. There's a lot that Drake needs to work on, especially when it comes to hopping on new sounds and trying to be on top of new trends all the time. Now, I'm somebody who actually admires versatility in hip hop. I don't think it's corny. I don't think it makes you a culture vulture. I think some of the best music has come out of people taking different influences, mixing them together and creating something new out of it. And I think you're not a culture vulture as long as you're putting people on, you're helping people out, you're throwing their name out there, you're taking them on tour with you. There's nothing wrong with that. My problem with him though is his choice in doing it. He seems to just go for whatever's hot and not what sounds good. This new Yeat song is garbage, and someone who's as seasoned as Drake should know that. Just because you're putting yourself out there and younger people are seeing you doesn't mean they're seeing you in a good light and that you're doing a good job. In fact, when you hop on some young shit and then you do terrible at doing the young shit, it just makes you look older. Needless to say, episode 3 of Iceman livestream sucked, and I feel like episode 4 is gonna be terrible too, but nonetheless, I will be watching it. But let me know how you feel about this new song that he has with Yeat and Julia Wolf. Do you like it? Do you think it's lame? Make sure to let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace.